The debate on how Argentina's next government will handle the country's legal dispute with the Vulture funds having taken center stage as the campaign gears up for the November 22nd presidential runoff between the Front for Victory's Daniel Scioli and right-wing candidate Mauricio Macri. Here is Telesur's correspondent Leo Poblete Coduti with more from Buenos Aires.
Argentina must pay what it owes. This is what senior financial advisors of the right-wing pro-party have been repeatedly saying in the lead-up to the November 22 presidential runoff, even if it means bankrupting the country and sending millions of Argentines back into poverty.
The pro-party is saying, let's give the Vulture funds the $2 billion they are after, and then another $13 billion to all those other creditors who are lining up to be paid under the same conditions. Do you know what $15 billion means to Argentina today? It is more than half of the country's reserves.
If the right-wing candidate Mauricio Macri wins the runoff, it is likely he will accept Judge Tomás Gries's decision to pay the Vulture funds and other creditors the staggering sum of $15 billion immediately and in cash. The question is, how exactly would this affect Argentina's finances?
To pay all of that debt in line with Gries's ruling would cause all sorts of problems. Above all, it would put in doubt the country's development, and again we will be burdened with a debt that we and our children would certainly have to pay. What's worse, this is a fictitious debt invented by the judge.
Mauricio Macri has expressed disgust at what he calls a horrific campaign of fear and lies from the Front for Victory camp. He says they want to scare people into believing he will imitate the neoliberal economic policy begun by the military dictatorship. The government says it is Macri and his team that are scaring off the population.
What are they scared of? They are the ones saying this. None of you can deny that you have heard what Macri's financial advisors, such as Carlos Melconian, Jose Esper, or Miguel Broda have said. They have been saying it every day, everywhere, whenever they get the chance.
In May, the Vulture funds announced they would accept government bonds to resolve their conflict with Argentina. But by agreeing to Judge Gries's ruling and paying out $15 billion in cash, Argentina's right wing would not just be making a gift to Vulture fund creditors. It would also be a nod towards a return to the financial dependence on international bodies such as the IMF that crippled this country's sovereignty towards the turn of the millennium. According to heterodox economists, such a hefty and sudden blow to the country's currency reserves could automatically force the need for a multi-billion-dollar bailout package from the IMF, in exchange of the same austerity measures that organisation always hands down to whoever knocks on the door asking for a loan. Leo Poblete Coduti, Telesur, Buenos Aires.